Greetings, everyone. Welcome to the panel discussion on day 2 in the 10th International Conference on Human Values in Higher Education, which is from 19th to 21st of December 2025. So the theme of the conference is Empowering Youth through Value-Driven Education for a Happy and Peaceful World. And this is day 2, and we have completed with 3 keynote sessions. The keynote session 1, which is Vision for Value-Driven Education, which was given yesterday. And today we had the 2 keynote session, which is nothing but the education to empower youth for living a fulfilling life as a world family. And the last one is the education to empower youth to contribute towards a human society. Hope you would have enjoyed the session, which extended till, before 15 minutes. So with this, I would like to welcome all the panelists to this panel discussion. So let me give a brief introduction about everyone. To start with, I'm Sri Darshini. I'm working as assistant professor in N2 University, Chennai, India. And I'm associated with the UHV from 2023. So with this, we'll be having the UHV point presenter for this panel today, who is Ms. Lipika Mitra, parent coach, director of Bhushala. She has done her BE in electrical engineering and has a fellowship in sustainability. She has an IT and corporate experience of 15 years, social sector experience of 14 years, and she's a volunteer in UHV from September 2023. So I welcome you, Ms. Lipika Mitra.
Thank you. This is Darshini.
And we'll be having Dr. Sunil Kumar as the moderator for the session. He is the professor and head of Division of Civil Engineering, Cochin University, College of Engineering, Kuttanad. He is the coordinator and member of UHV Cell, a gold medalist in PhD in the area of computational mechanics, and he is a volunteer for Universal Human Values from June 2020. I welcome Dr. Sunil Kumar.
Yeah, thank you.
So now we have Dr. Syed Samir Ali. So he's a principal of Ideal Institute of Engineering, India, expertise in electrical engineering with focus on research education, sustainable engineering, and lifelong learning. I welcome Dr. Syed.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. I welcome Dr. Prashant, ex-professor and Dean of Infrastructures in the Department of Civil Engineering, Government College of Engineering, Nagpur. He has a teaching experience of 37 years, guiding PhD students, and earned accolades of 85 NPTEL subjects with gold medal in one. And he is a volunteer of Universal Human Values from September 2023. Welcome, Dr. Prashant.
Thank you, Sri Darshini ji. Namaste. Ji. Thanks. Okay, fine.
Now I would like to welcome Dr. BVS Bhagavanalu, Pro-President and Pro-VC of Vivekananda Global University, India. He has more than 28 years of experience. He has a postdoctoral fellowship from Fluid Control Research Institute, and he has completed sponsored research projects worth 1 crore. We welcome you, sir.
Namaste, namaste.
So we now have Ms. Janice Koopsman, scientist lecturer, program coordinator from English department, and 10 DCOM, University of Suriname. And she has a total experience in teaching since 2004. And she's also having the teaching experience from secondary to higher education levels. She's a program coordinator, and also she's a teacher in training institute. Welcome, James.
Thank you. Good day. Namaste.
Namaste. And we have Dr. Ila Manoj Dihia, Director, Anveshanam Foundation, Trustee of Society of Dryers and Colorists UK, Advisory Board Member in NGN Next Generation Nations USA. She has done her PhD in Textile and Clothing, has an academic experience of 38 years, former in-charge principal, HOD of Textiles and Fashion Technology, IQAC coordinator in University of Mumbai, and she is a volunteer of Universal Human Values from July 2020. So welcome, Ila. We have Professor R.S. Salaria, Dean Administration, Dean in University Institute of Computer Science and Application, Guru Nanak University, India. He has authored multiple books, holds certification from Google and Sun Microsystems, and he is a member of academic councils and university committees. Welcome, Professor Salaria. So with this,
1 second, Dr. Sridarshini.
yes,
we
sir.
have Rania and Chinedu also. Chinedu from Nigeria, who joined us in the pre-conference.
Yeah. So, I think we have 3 more panelists. So maybe I can give a brief intro about them also. Now I would like to welcome Professor Rania, STEM instructor and researcher, educator at the Greek Ministry of Education, Greece, founder and international coordinator of multiple innovative international projects aligned with the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. She has an extensive experience in global academic engagement and educator capacity building, recognized as a multi-awarded global academician and educator. Welcome, Professor Rania.
Thank you.
And we have a student panelist here, Ms. Vaishnavi. Ms. Vaishnavi is a 3rd-year student in Computer Science and Engineering from Government Engineering College, Nagpur. And she is associated with UHV from 2025. Welcome, Ms. Vaishnavi.
Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Namaste.
Namaste. And we have Dr. Jyoti Panchal Mystery in the backstage. Can we move her to the webinar? Parikshit ji?
Yes.
Yeah.
She's moved, yeah.
So now I would like to welcome Dr. Jyoti Panchal, Head of Department in Law and from the Sage University, India since 2019. Dr. Jyoti is has a professional experience in law, legal advisory and academics, and practiced at district courts for more than 2 years. Welcome, Dr. Jyoti.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
So, Chinedu ji, I would like to welcome you to introduce yourself.
Myself, Dr. Jyoti Panchal Mistry, Sage University, Indore, Institute of Law and Legal Studies. I'm their head of department. Right now, I'm at a very noisy place, so I'm really very sorry for that. But I have been here.
Yeah. Yes. Chinedu ji, can you please introduce yourself?
Sridarshini, Dr. Sridarshini, just wanted to, 1 second. We had one more, Dr. Afzal, who's a
retired professor who was there in the pre-conference, and he's come to join the panel today. So we are just trying to upgrade him also. Today is going to be a big panel.
So in between, can we hear from Chinnaduji, like,
From Chineduji, yeah. Chineduji, can you give your introduction?
yes.
He was there for the pre-conference. Chineduji. Chineduji Osita Dama. I think his network is not good. Yeah, Professor Afzal. He's an emeritus professor, retired professor. Please put your video on.
Can I go on?
He's from Bangladesh.
Hello? Yeah.
If
Can
you
you
can
hear
put
me?
your- Yes, welcome, Professor.
Thank you very
He-
much.
Yeah, he had also joined in the pre-conference.
Yes, yes.
Welcome. Sir.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, maybe you can take it further now.
Yes. So I once again welcome all the panelists to this day 2 panel discussion. And with this, I would like to invite Ms. Lipika Mitra to give out the UHP point of view on this day 2. Over to you, Ms. Lipika Mitra.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Shradashni. Let me just share the presentation. Okay, is my screen visible, Dr. Shradashni?
Yeah, it's visible.
Nice. So, okay, namaste and warm greetings to one and all. Let's explore today the vision for value-driven education, which can empower the youth towards a happy and peaceful world. So we'll do a small recap of what we did in last 2 days. Okay. So on day 1, we analyzed the strengths, the weaknesses, the opportunities, and the threats of the youth today in the context of modern challenges and the potential of this value-driven education that you're talking about. The some of the strengths that we looked at was that they are tech savvy, they're socially aware, they're creative, and they have this inclusivity of the diversity of cultures and beliefs. Some of the weaknesses that we looked at are that they lack purpose and direction. There is over dependence of technology, and they lack this inner stability, which is leading them to mental health struggle. Some of the, and then we looked at the opportunities and we saw that there is ample opportunities today. Like they have this global exposure and cross-cultural learning. And with AI in place, youth are becoming change makers today. The threats, some of the threats that we identify as this consumerist behavior. Okay, there is peer pressure, there is social comparison, and this uncertainty in the career with AI in place. And we could clearly see that, yes, there is a need for this value-driven education that can harness the strengths and opportunities of today's youth. It can address their weaknesses and equip them to effectively confront the emerging threats. Okay. So with that, let us look at the vision for value-driven education. So what could be the vision for value-driven education? Okay. Now, if we look at the institutions, so every institution will have certain graduate attributes. Some may be common attributes and some may be specific to a particular stream. Here we are addressing the common graduate attributes. And these are the 6 common graduate attributes that we are proposing. So generally, it has been seen that students do not have the holistic vision of life. They only have this concern about their career, or at the most, maybe about their immediate relationship. They do not have clear picture of all that matters to their life. For example, happiness. Now, is this something that they need to be aware of? Their happiness, their family's happiness. Is the society a place to live peacefully? And are we able to live coexistentially with the rest of the nature? So that kind of a holistic vision is what we are talking about. So the first vision is holistic vision of life. Next is the socially responsible behavior. So if you look at, we have progressed so much that we are able to talk to people sitting thousands of miles away. Like right now, we are connected virtually. But when it comes to the person stays next door, I'm not really aware of the same. So through this universal human value subject, we are proposing what is socially responsible behavior and how can we express that behavior. Next is the environmentally responsible work. So can our work with the rest of nature be environmentally responsible? So we all seem to somewhat know about this, but when it comes to choose our work, the choice, the priority is me and not the nature. So can we ensure that our work with the rest of nature is environmentally responsible? And if you look at the current scenario, we can see that there are unethical practices everywhere. There is corruption. There is this misuse of public funds, political power. There is cutthroat competition. There is adulteration even in commodities like medicine, which is endangering the health and safety of public at large. So what we are proposing here is that each student need to display this ethical human conduct, which can be possible by exploring proposals of universal human values. Now, if you look at the point of maintaining health and hygiene, then I think almost all the youth is suffering with this issue today. We have not been able to decide what kind of food is really conducive to human body, right? So, so can we empower students to decide themselves whether this food that I'm going to consume is going to nurture my body or is it going to harm my body? So can they see that their natural acceptance to take care of their body? And when we say excellence, is it about being excelled in any particular field, or is it about understanding the inherent harmony that is already there in the existence and living accordingly, right? And if you look at this feeling of gratitude, it is a significant feeling in the development of relationship, which also saw in the keynote lecture. So when the children can see that the parents and the other relatives in the family are taking care of their health, they're taking care of their happiness, they're helping them in the process of education. So with all that, they develop this feeling of gratitude. And then it extends to people outside the family, like the immediate community, the society, the nation, and ultimately to the whole world. Okay. So let's look at the details of these common graduate attributes. So we are saying these common graduate attributes, this includes individual, social, and ecological responsibility. Now, holistic vision of life, what will it do? It will lead to clarity, self-confidence, and self-fulfillment, right? So there will be motivation for excellence through exploration, research, and innovation. Okay, and a mindset for continuous self-observation, self-evaluation, and self-improvement. It will also bring clarity about what a human being is, what is this nature and existence, and what would be human conduct. It will also build self-confidence in terms of identification of one's role in the society and competence for its fulfillment, including competence to take appropriate decisions. And it will also give a self-fulfillment, will be in a state of happiness and peace in continuity, which calls for mental, emotional, intellectual, and spiritual development. Socially responsible behavior. So what will it do? It will enable teamwork and responsible personality. Okay, so this will ensure mutually fulfilling behavior at the level of family, workplace, society, from community to nation and youth. And it also calls for civil responsibility and engagement, harmonious and effective communication skills, mindset for responsible national and global citizenship, and a sense of equality for all human beings, which is free from discrimination on the basis of color, race, gender, wealth, caste, creed, and all that. Now, let's look at the environmentally responsible work, right? So we're saying that this will enable prosperity in human being, and it will also enable to live coexistentially with nature. So first is the having appropriate skills and mindset for production, along with proper identification of physical needs. Generally, it is seen that we do not really identify what do I really need, how much do I need. Then second is the competence for ensuring balance and enrichment in nature, which is very important. Third is the mindset of right utilization. And we can see that today there is overconsumption or misuse of physical or other resources. Last one is that it will be free from the mentality of exploitation and domination of nature, including human being. So these are the environmentally responsible work, that we're talking about. Next one is the ethical human conduct. So what we are proposing is that profession implies meaningful participation in the larger order, including society and nature, in pursuance of comprehensive human goal or human purpose that we're talking about. And in the process, also making available the necessary physical facility for one's family. So professional ethics can be seen as the code of ethical conduct of the profession. And ethical conduct of profession implies the right utilization of one's professional skills in the larger order towards the fulfillment of comprehensive human goal. And this provides the basis for ethical reasoning and strong ethical grounding. Next is the having competency and capability for maintaining health and hygiene through appropriate lifestyle, including proper intake, proper routine, and interaction with the environment. When we say environment, it is about other human being, with other human being, and with the rest of nature. Now, appreciation and aspiration for excellence and gratitude for all. So when you try to understand and explore and find out the people who are involved in the process of helping us in achieving excellence in us, we find that a whole lot of people are involved. The whole system is involved. And in that sense, this feeling of gratitude is significant in the development of human being. Eventually, if I make a list of people involved in providing me all that is needed, it will be a long list ultimately, including almost all the people on the earth. So thus, I'll be able to see the interconnectedness, the relatedness with all other human beings. And it slowly develops a feeling of gratitude for the society as a whole. And I'll be able to appreciate, revere, and have this feeling of gratitude for the glorious human tradition that we have, including the past and the present. So what is the expected outcomes? So by aligning value-based graduate attributes with the SWOT realities of youth, education can become a transformative tool for harnessing strengths and unlocking potential of the youth, providing direction and stability to them, building inner resilience and ethical grounding. And it will also empower the youth to shape a peaceful, sustainable, and fulfilling world. So let's look at the guidelines for such value-driven education. So what we are saying is the content needs to be universal. The content of the value-driven education needs to be universal. It needs to be applicable to all human beings and be true at all times and all places. It should not depend on sect, creed, nationality, race, gender. If it is true today, it needs to be true 10, 20, and 100 years down the line. If it is true here in India, it needs to be true somebody sitting in Africa or in USA. So that is the content, that is the universality of the content that we're talking about. Next is that it needs to be rational. That means it must be amenable to logical reasoning. It should not be based on blind beliefs, because we are going to talk to the students. And if it is not rational, if it is not logical, they would not listen to us. The next one is that the content needs to be verifiable. That means the student should be able to verify the values on their own right. We should not ask them to believe just because it is stated in the course. So we all have this natural acceptance. You can see that we can verify within us what is right and what is wrong for us. And finally, it needs to lead to harmony. So values have to enable us to live in peace and harmony within our own self as well as with others. Otherwise, it will not make any sense. So let me sum it up. Education needs to envision the following graduate attributes in the youth: holistic vision of life, socially responsible behavior, environmentally responsible work, ethical human conduct, having the competence for maintaining health and hygiene, and appreciation and aspiration for excellence and gratitude for. And to ensure all these, the value inputs need to be universal, rational, verifiable, and leading to harmony. So thank you all for your patient hearing. With that, let me hand it over to Dr. Sunil, who is going to moderate today's session. Over to you, Dr. Sunil.
Yeah,
Yeah,
thank you so much. Yeah.
Before Dr. Sonal takes the moderation part, I would like to invite Professor Indu Sharma. She has joined a little late, so let me give an introduction about her. She is the Dean and Head of the Department in the Department of Education, Dean Students Welfare from Jagannath University, India, and she has a total experience of 22 years. So I welcome Professor Indu Sharma to this forum, and over to you, Dr. Sonal.
Very nice. Thank you, Dr. Sridharshini, for that introduction of all the panelists. And thank you, Ms. Lipika Mitra, for giving us an insight regarding the vision for value-based higher education. We have discussed regarding the common graduate attributes in today's keynote lecture, as well as just now. We also have discussed what is required in the as the process of value education. What are the guidelines in the value education to ensure this common graduate attributes? We discussed regarding that also. So now we can have a discussion regarding the perspectives of us with regard to the vision for value education. You'll get approximately 1 hour time for this panel discussion. And now we have a very rich panel of people from India, people from Greece, Nigeria, Suriname, Bangladesh, etc. So it's a very abundant and very rich panel. So I request in the first round, we can limit our sharing to say 2 minutes 30 seconds. Usually we will go for 3 minutes, but this time we can limit that 2 minutes 30 seconds. So those who are operating the timer can have a look at this. So we'll straight away go to the questions. So what I do is I will ask questions to each of the panelists, and you can respond to the questions in line with what is being discussed, as well as what is your perception regarding this vision for value education. So we'll start with Dr. Jyoti Panchal Mistry. Are you ready? Dr. Jyoti Panchal, your mic is also muted and your video is also not on. So can you please switch on the video as well as the mic? Dr. Jyoti Panchal. Right, by the time Dr. Jyoti is ready, I will go to Dr. Saeed Samir. Shall I start with you?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So Dr. Saeed Samir, we can see that the youth are now behind the career-centric learning.
Yes.
So when they go behind this career-centric learning, how can value-based education help the youth to move from a career-centric outlook to a holistic vision of life?
Good evening, everyone. I'm grateful to be the part of this discussion on universal human values. For me, UHFB is not just a subject, it's basically a mirror. It helps us to see who we are, how we are, and how we relate to others. As per your question that how this UHB can prepare a better person apart from the education. Actually, nowadays we see that the youth are having great energy, great potential, and they are very curious, ambitious, and eager to move forward. But what they lack the social values, they lack patience, honesty, respect for others. And in this respect, we believe that they look forward the teachers. We as a teacher, as a role model to them. They follow the teachers, and whatever the values they learn apart from the book subjects, that he can apply in their life, in his environment where he works, and also in the society. So in my view, that this values is a very important part apart from the normal education. Over to
Yeah,
you.
so you emphasized upon the teacher as a role model, and yeah, there is a need for this value education. So we have to help the students to divert their attention from this career-centric approach to a value-based approach.
Yes.
But as you said, the teachers have to play a very major role over there. Nice, thank you. So I would like to ask the same question to Ms. Janice Koopmans. So the question to Janice is the same thing, that there is a focus of every student whenever they go for education behind this career only, just career, skills, career only. So how do we inculcate the value-based education when there is a large focus upon the career-centric, say, approach by the students nowadays? Janice.
Yes, thank you, Dr. Sunil Kumarji. Indeed, it is whether the students study in one country or the other. So like Dr. Lipika said in her presentation, it is indeed a universal, let's say, code of human beings. So their conduct will be actually everywhere the same with their own individuality. But as Dr. Saeed just said, we need to guide these students in order to get the objectives that we have planned with any program or curriculum that we provide them to follow in any university or any higher education institute. So my take on this is indeed students, wherever they are, they need guidance or explicit guidance. And we have to take those aspects and the characteristics of those generations in mind. And I think the current younger generation compared to the previous older generations, they have different characteristics, but still there are common traits, and we can actually tackle those when we have those value-driven education programs specifically. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Janice. So you emphasize upon the programs. We require new programs. So we will discuss regarding the programs, maybe during the implementation part. Tomorrow we are going to have a discussion for the implementation part of this value education and value-based education. But it is very true that we require programs to be implemented. Very nice. I will get back to you. Thank you. Now I will move on to Professor Indu Sharma. I request all the panelists to switch on their video. And whenever the mic can be muted, but whenever we are speaking, we can switch on the mic also. So, Professor Indu Sharma, are you ready? Yeah, very nice.
Yes, I'm ready, sir. And sorry for late joining.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah.
Anyway, you are in time. I would say. So, the question to you is in connection with the previous question only. So, how can educators as teachers like us, nurture clarity and balance between personal aspirations and social well-being?
Okay, thank you for giving me this opportunity. Very nice question. Sir, first of all, I want to say the role of teacher is essentials for value driven education. We can't ignore the role of teacher. Teacher plays a pivotal role as a role model, as a mentor, as a supervisor, as a facilitator, and teacher who the need of the youth today. Today the youth are facing so many challenges like consumerism, like intolerance, and the teachers who play a greater role in balancing the aspiration level of the students, in balancing their tolerance power, in balancing their ethical conduct, in engaging them community services, and many more in providing skills for example, we are giving some opportunities to students in community engagement, and we have practical courses in education also. And so for these and we are inculcating life skills like empathy, gratitude in our students, and life skills is the main subjects in our education parts. And besides that, the vision for value driven education is to create enlightened citizens and individuals who uphold truth, who practice compassion, who respect human dignity, and work towards peace. So that type of education we have to provide our youth.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, thank you so much for that sharing. So there is a need for value-driven education, and the teachers have to be well equipped for that purpose. There's a key take from your sharing. Very nice.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, I will move on to the next panelist. So let me ask Professor Aras Salaria the same question. Professor, are you available? Aras Salaria?
Yes, available, sir. Available,
Yeah.
Sanjay.
Nice.
If you allow me, I will like to answer on the different track a little bit because what I feel is, because what I'm doing, I will answer through that perspective.
Right.
That you all will agree. I say that only right understanding is the solution to every problem. And we need to develop a right understanding about all the dimensions of whether it is professional education or about the life. And I believe this can happen with only holistic education. So when I talk about holistic education, I am propagating my 5H model that I just want to share, and that will cover, I think, all dimensions. So when I'm saying 5H, first H I'm referring to the head, means our education should make the student knowledgeable. Then I talk about second H means heart, the attitude, the behavior aspects. So our education should make a good human being, a kind-hearted person. Third, as I talked about, that is the hand, skilled person, the practitioner who has the ability to deliver, to perform, to demonstrate. Fourth, as I generally talk about the health, because health, not talking about physical health as well as mental health. That our education must empower the youth how to maintain good physical health and mental health. And final, as I talk about, fifth one is the harmony. That is, we're talking about the part of value education. How one can be in harmonious live as an individual in human to human relationships and in relationship to the nature. How can be enriching interaction with the nature, that instead of exploiting, we should enrich the nature, because nature is a basic support system. Now, water is contaminated, air is contaminated, you see, everything is polluted. So I think even if we can add the dimensions, all I'm talking about 5H, all values we're talking about, human values will be automatically integrated. That is my perspective. I want to touch from the other side, Jason. I hope indirectly I have been able to answer your question raised.
Yes, yes, very much. So as you suggested, the 5H approach is, in fact, it is blending with the value-based education system. Very nice. So whatever we have proposed so far as the graduate attributes, they're coming into the 5H approach as you proposed. So that's very much in line with the value education. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you. Yeah. So I will move on to Professor DVS Bhagavanulu, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Yeah. So, sir, welcome for the first time in this panel discussion.
Yeah.
I would like to ask you, in addition to what I have asked to the other panelists, so how can holistic education reconnect youth with self-awareness and meaningful living?
See, after implementing NEP, now holistic education has become a buzzword for almost all the universities. My throat is a little bit problem is there, but okay, please bear with me. Okay, so now
it's okay, sir. It's okay, fine.
Yeah. So holistic education now become a compulsion. See, everybody should have the value education along with the holistic education. If you see graduate attributes, what we are discussing, even NBA, National Board of Accreditation, they said that every student, once he comes out after maybe 3-year degree or a 4-year degree, you should have attitudes, skills, and knowledge. The attitude part is particularly comes to ethics, professional ethics that has become a compulsory or a subject almost all the people. Now, what we have to look at ethics. See, the present generation could not understand what are the values to be required, either societal ethics or otherwise group ethics or otherwise family ethics. So these are all to be incorporated for the student to behave properly, because they are very energetic, but they lack the direction. A teacher has become a facilitator. He cannot teach now. The 21st century, he cannot teach. To give 21st century skills to the students like creative problem solving, what a teacher has to do is, first initially he has to provide the value education to them. One of the important aspect in value education is make the students to understand to live in harmony. To live in harmony with his friends, in the society, or with the nature, or with the world. So if he can maintain harmony along with the surroundings, 100% he can become a good human being. At the same time, whatever the value education given by any institute or a university will be useful to the student, so that he will attempt any problem with humanistic approach. This is my answer for this question. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Very nice. Very nice. Thank you so much for that sharing, sir. So I'll come back to you. Now before I go to the next foreign delegates, foreign panelists, I would like to seek the response of our student panelist. So Vaishnavi, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So Vaishnavi, you listen to the panelists, those who have spoken just now, regarding whenever there is a career-centric approach by the students, how to inculcate value education. That's one thing. And what is the role of a teacher with regard to inculcating this value education? And also, how can holistic education reconnect youth with self-awareness? So these three questions were asked, and we have some response. So what is your take on this, Vaishnavi?
Take on the three comments.
Yeah, with these three, one, there is a focus by the students upon the career, only career, no values.
Okay.
And what is the role of a teacher to inculcate value education in this scenario? Now, how can the holistic education reconnect with the youth with self-awareness and a meaningful living?
Sir, the first thing that the youngsters of our age are focusing only on career, on skills. I'm definitely agree to this thing, because if there are 100 number of students in a class, then 90 students are like They just want a job. They are studying to get a job. They are not studying to be a good human being. Because that the fact that we are studying because we want a job, we want to serve for our family. That's okay. But the main factor is we are learning from our childhood to your young age just for being a good human being. To, in order to be a human who can help others, who can be harmonious with others, who, who can bring prosperity. So I think the reason for this thing that we are only focusing on career is just because our societal pressure and parental pressure and peer pressure also. Because whenever we see in society, marks are the one of the best. I think this is the trend that the students who get the good marks he or she is the ideal for whole family. In our school, in our college, we see that, and no one see that uh, do he can communicate with others, or do he approach to others wisely, do he react politely to the things, to the elders. No one sees that. Everyone only focus on the uh, what he has gained, what marks he has gained. So I think the value education should be uh, towards making that particular person uh, use the principles that a UHV told us, not just for a career-centric approach. And the second thing you told, sir, the teacher's contribution in bringing this principle to us. So I think this is the most important thing that I had learned in this college and from my childhood. uh, Teachers' contribution affect a lot. Many of the students don't consider the parents' opinions. uh, they think that parents and us have generational gaps, so why we would listen to them? Many of the students get feedback or opinions from friends, but friends and this another one who is asking for opinion is at the same level. They don't have the more experience, like teachers and our parents have more experience like than us. So I think the teachers can guide us better in this. And third, sir, self-awareness. Self-awareness is the key factor in this. Uh, as a person should be self-aware regarding to whatever he or she is doing. Uh, he can bring change in his life when he is self-aware about him or her. So that's my opinion, sir.
Very nice. Thank you so much, Vaishnavi, for that elaborate sharing regarding the three things. So this is a very good input for others also to speak upon. You represent the whole student community in the whole world right now in this panel discussion. Nice, thank you. So now I move on to Ms. Rania. Welcome, Ms. Rania, for the first time in this to respond to these questions.
No, it's actually a second time.
I remember you in the previous year also. You have
Yes,
responded
yes.
nicely to the panel discussions. So nice. So I would like to ask you this question. There are certain strengths of this Gen Z people, right? So how can we, what strengths of Gen Z people can promote social responsibility and inclusion? What do you think?
Yes, okay. Gen Z millennials possess unique strengths, which are shaped by technology, social awareness, global connectivity, and these strengths can be effectively channeled in order to promote social responsibility and inclusion. So, first, both generations grew up with the internet, with the social media, with instant access to information, so they can leverage technology to raise awareness, to mobilize communities, to advocate for social causes quickly and effectively. For example, online campaigns for climate change or gender equality or mental health awareness gain momentum because of their digital fluency. Second, there is a strong sense of social justice because these generations tend to be more socially conscious and willing to question systemic inequalities. So this moral sensitivity can be channeled how? Into inclusive practices such as promoting, for example, workplace diversity or supporting marginalized communities and minorities. Here in Greece, my country, we have a large number of refugees. Still, Greece is a country very racist. There is a lot of xenophobia. Or they can advocate for policy changes that benefit vulnerable groups. They have also collaborative mindset, team-oriented mindset, because they value collaboration over hierarchy, and they are comfortable working in diverse cross-functional teams. So this cooperative nature supports inclusive decision-making, community projects, team-based initiatives that consider multiple perspectives than only privileging a single voice, we could say. And the most important, I think, it's creativity innovation, because exposure to diverse media, to cultures and ideas has fostered creative thinking and problem-solving skills, which was not happening in the past, with youth in the past. So innovative approaches can be applied to social challenges, such as designing, for example, inclusive technology. We have seen how many hackathons and organized competitions to invite the students to think about how we can tackle climate change, and they invent patents, devices which are leveraged after by industries. So connection with industries also in universities. Students can give now sustainable solutions or campaigns that can bridge social divides. And of course, research shows that these generations tend to value mental health, emotional intelligence, and empathy, because they are suffering from mental health. Okay, they have more to the perennial spirit. Of course, they are more adaptable, more flexible than the youth in the past. Thank you.
Thank you. So a lot of inputs within that short span of time. Very good. So yeah, you discussed regarding the social inclusivity. There are several social challenges, and the inclusivity can be possible through the strengths of the Gen Z. Many strengths you mentioned. I'm not going to repeat everything, but I will come back to you in the next round. Very nice inputs. Thank you. So I will move on to Dr. Afzal. Yeah, Professor Afzal, welcome for the first time.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I would like to ask you this question. How can institutions convert youth's passion for social causes into consistent, value-driven engagement?
Yes, that's a very good question, you see. Along with the teachers, as we said, the educators, I should say institutions of higher education play a critical role in this process. Say, for example, universities must serve as center of value formation, where ethical reflection, social engagement, and civic responsibility are integrated into teaching, research, and extension activities. This can be achieved by embedding value education across curricula, promoting service learning, encouraging community engagement, and fostering an environment of mutual respect and inclusivity on the campus. Along with, like, teachers also, already somebody highlighted about the teachers' role. I should again, along with the institute, the teachers and academic leaders also have a profound influence on youth empowerment. Along with the educators must act not only as instructors, but also as role models and mentors, demonstrating ethical conduct, compassion, and commitment to truth. When students witness values being practiced, not merely preached, they are more likely to internalize them and apply them in real life situations. Furthermore, I should say value-driven education is essential for addressing global challenges such as inequality, environmental degradation, social conflict, and moral erosion. Empowered youth, guided by strong human values, can become responsible global citizens and ethical leaders capable of balancing technological progress with human dignity and social justice. In conclusion, I should say empowering youth through value-driven education is not an optional addition to higher education. It is a necessity. By clarity and character strength, value-driven education enables young people to make responsible decisions, resist negative influences, and contribute positive to their communities and nations.
Yeah.
Institutions of higher education play a critical role, as I said, in this process. So this is all about me at this moment. Thank you.
That's very good, sir. Good inputs. So particularly you said regarding the value-driven education, which is a necessity right now. It is not just
Yes.
ambition, but it's a necessity. And the role of educators as well as the role of institutions are very well. Nice, sir. Thank you.
All the components have got the individual role.
Yes. Nice. So now I move on to Dr. Ila. Dr. Ila.
If you allow me, I would like to quit, please.
Yeah, if you are engaged in some other, you can switch. But we would like you to be part of the panel till 12 o'clock Indian time.
Okay. Sorry,
we'll run for
I have
another half an hour. Yeah.
Another engagement. Okay, sir.
Sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Afzal.
Okay,
Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah. So, Dr. Ila.
Yeah.
You have been in education for the past 38 years. 40 years. Nice. So, you are one of the best panelists who can, I would say, mention regarding this particular question. So, the role of institutions. So, how can institutions convert youth's passion for social issues into consistent value-driven engagement? I repeat the question for you, which I have asked to Professor Afzal.
Yeah. Oh, you. So basically, with the institutions, when we talk about value-driven education, the mentors, that is the teacher training, is very important, because the teachers are the live examples for the student. And that is what we have also experienced. We also remember our own teachers while we were children, the teachers who taught us even in the youngest classes. We remember them from their example. So similarly, if the teacher is a live example to the student, that would be the best thing to set up in the institution. And for this, we require the teachers to be also a student all throughout. That is one. A constant learner, a constant explorer, and a person who is able to help the students also to explore and create their self-confidence in such a way that they are able to take decisions, whether in the presence or absence of the mentors, parents, and so on. So the institution plays a very, very important role by shaping the curriculum to suit value-driven education, to support value-based living by creating that kind of interactions, activities, projects, such that there is collaboration, there is that spirit of networking, that spirit of interdependence, and the teacher and the institution together can play a very, very major role in creating passionate students who are sensitive and care for the relationship, for the feelings with each other in the family, in the larger society, with friends, and with nature. So my experience has been such that just as I remember my teachers, even who have taught me right from the school to the college, similarly, students remember us even when we leave the corridors of the institution. They are connected to us, and they're connected because they've seen, they have gained that inspiration from that respective teacher. And this is not only with me, but there are many such teachers whom I've seen students leading to even later on in life. So institution is built by the people, and therefore the curriculum and the teacher both have to go hand in hand. Thank you so much.
Yeah, that's very true, Dr. Ila, that the teachers are building the institution and they have to live by the values. this part is very important. As you said, the teachers, we remember our teachers, and many students who are leaving the institutions are remembering us also, but only when we are living by values and we become like role models, as many of the panelists also pointed out.
So it is walking the talk, basically.
Yes. Yeah, Dr. Prashant, welcome.
Yeah, doctor. Yeah, thank you.
So you also have been into education for more than 40 years, very rich experience from your side also. So I would like to ask you this question. How can empathy be taught and practiced within academic spaces? Can we teach empathy?
Yeah. So very nice question, Dr. Sunil, as far as students are concerned, and as described recently by Dr. Ila. So we teachers play a very crucial role here. So empathy means what? As it is told and it is seen also that students are following the teachers. So if the teacher is having this particular principle of empathy, you can see here is the, you can say the example, Vaishnavi is from my college again. And she was hesitant, means particularly she was not knowing how to speak, and she was resistant. There will be so many delegates and foreign delegates. But I miss with, you can say it's a empathy, or you can say guidance, or the particularly trying to improve her. I asked her to do something, to have some sleep in the daytime, and you be there by 12. It means that I am finding as if myself. So if I have taken the rest and I am fresh here, so empathy means finding ourselves in other shoes. So I can see that student is also like me. So if the teacher is behaving like this, so but what we are doing, if I consider myself as a teacher and she is student, so no. So we both are at par, and she also wants to learn and I also want to learn, but she will be learning from my behavior. So I must see, so whatever be the instructions to be given to her, it should be followed first of all by me. I should follow it, and then considering the same fits in that shoe, I should guide her. And that's why, though no, you told that it is not that simple, but if a teacher thinks, he can do it. So that's all from my side on this issue. Ji, Dr. Sunil.
Yeah. Very simply put forward, I would say. If the teacher is empathetic, and that if the teacher wishes, the teacher can guide the students also.
Yeah.
So as Dr. Ila also said, so you lead by values. So when the teacher lead by values, the students will also be able to see that this is something which is important, and he or she may follow. And yeah, now Vaishnavi is doing a very good job. We can see in many panels, she has been putting forth the student point of view very nicely. We can see that. Nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll move on. So now we have almost completed the first round, except for Dr. Jyoti Panchal. Dr. Jyoti Panchal, are you available now? I couldn't ask question to Dr.
She's
Jyoti
not
Panchal.
here.
I think she's not here. Okay.
I think
So
her
we'll go
network must have been an issue.
maybe. So we will go to the second round now. In the second round, it is already 11:35 Indian time, 11:35 p.m. in India. So we can take 2 minutes for the second round by all the panelists.
1 second. Professor Indu Sharma, can you keep your video on? Yeah.
Okay, thank you. Right. So let me move on to Dr. Saeed Samir. Dr. Saeed Samsir. Yeah.
Yes.
So I will ask you this question. How can universities and the institutions convert environmental consciousness into lived practices? Because we have this third graduate attribute which we proposed was environmentally responsible work. So what is the role of the universities? How can they convert environmental consciousness into lived practices?
University has a certain role on this. the basically from the model curriculum was the defined by the universities. They can define that certain attributes to be a graduate, and to achieve that attributes, they have to perform certain work like environmental, like plantation, some social work. These are the some models which is also given in the National Education NEP 2020, that some social attributes to be included in our model curriculum, and the function of the institution to implement and to see that how the students are participating on all those attributes, and how they are implementing the things as per the curriculum. So I think this is these points basically defined by the universities, and institution has a major role to implement by the students. That is from my side.
Yeah, very nice. Thank you so much. So there are a lot of possibilities like plantation, social work, etc., which can be implemented by the institutions through the students, so that they can cultivate this habit of environmental work, and that will lead to the third graduate attribute, environmentally responsible work. Nice, thank you. So let me further move on to Ms. Janice Koopmans.
Yes, sir.
Ms. Janice, yeah. So my question to you is, how can youth leverage technology to promote sustainability and green entrepreneurship?
Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Indeed, this generation, the youth that we have now, they are so technologically minded with their mobile phones and TikTok and social media with all technology. So your question, how we can actually use this this characteristic of the youth into instilling the human values in education, is that their characteristics, like the Gen Z millennials, as Dr. Rania said in the earlier round, we need to make use of these strengths that the youth have. And in order to do that, we have curricula or courses or training programs that, first of all, we must compel them to follow it. For example, give them credit points first. And then these training and programs and curricula, they need to be creative and catering to their characteristics and need, so that their interest to follow these programs are actually triggered. And then they will use that and follow that without getting credit points or so. So basically use their characteristics and interest in technology. Yes, sir.
Yeah, nice. Thank you. Thank you. I'll get back to you. Professor Indu Sharma. Yeah, Professor Indu Sharma, hope you are there. Yeah.
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah. So my question to you is regarding environmentally responsible work only. So what habits need cultivation to address overconsumption? Because overconsumption is a problem right now.
Yeah.
So what kind of habits need to be cultivated to overcome this?
Sir, we should start from local to global. We should start at your home for consuming the resources, for consumptions of the resources. We can give example to our children, to our students, by for saving the water. From starting our home, we should save energy, we should save water, we should protect our environment by maintaining, by planting more and more trees, and by in institution, by the plantation drives or cleanliness campaign and awareness program. And these activities no doubt nurture leadership, teamwork, and environmental responsibility among students, in our children's, and by providing outreach activities like in our local community schools, in industries, and maybe in government body, that helps spread sustainable practices and environmental literacy. And by providing ethical and value-based perspectives, the university can instill these type of activities. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Very nice. So you said you have to start from home, not just to start from the society. So everything starts with the individual and at home, and this can be proliferated, extended to the society also. Very nice. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah. I move on to Professor R.S. Salaria. Professor?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So I have this question for you. How can the youth navigate moral dilemmas? Because there are a lot of issues right now with the youth. In a competitive world, the world is very competitive. So how can the youth navigate from the stress, moral dilemmas right now?
Really, it is a very prevalent issue. I think the only thing is to help them to how they keep cool. And I can tell you when during many interactions, I ask the students when you can give your best, when you're focused or when you are stressed or when you are disturbed. So, I mean, by empowering them, how logically they can think rather than rushing to the solutions. And sometimes we discuss the students that good things always take time, that one should have a patience. We should not be in a hurry that immediately do something and start expecting the returns, because many times when we start expecting that returns immediately, that leads to so many issues. So empowering the students that with the right understanding, understand the things and take them accordingly. Have a patience, because patience is very, very thing important. So they should keep on working and wait for the things to take proper shape. They should not be in hurry. And that we need to demonstrate through examples, by leading through the examples in our day-to-day conduct also. That is what I think.
Nice, sir. Thank you. So they should not be in a hurry. They have to go very, peacefully and with a very slow pace. So learning part is very important. Understanding part is very important, as you said. And then if they go for practice, this kind of issues like dilemmas, ethical dilemmas, or the stresses, they can also come across that.
Can be managed to good extent.
Can be managed. Yeah, very nice. Thank you. Yeah. So now I move on to Professor DVS Bhagavanulu, sir.
Yes, sir. Tell me, sir.
Yeah. So I have these two questions for you. One is regarding the ethical human conduct itself. So how can the youth navigate moral dilemmas? This question I repeat for you. And in addition, I would like to ask you, what practices encourage ethical decision making in students?
Okay, very good question. See, moral dilemma, to solve that problem, first, earlier one of the panelists discussed empathy, right? So you have to inculcate the empathy values in the student. Suppose you give an example to them. One of the best example generally I used to give to the students in moral dilemma, particularly from Ramayana. Ramayana I used to give an example. When Rama went for chasing the golden deer, Lakshmana is safeguarding the Sita. Then when Rama was in trouble, maybe the Maricha has created that. Then Maricha started shouting, "Ha Lakshmana, ha Sita." Then what happened? Then Sita immediately told Lakshmana, "Please go, something happened to your brother." He was in a moral dilemma at that time, whether to safeguard the sister-in-law or otherwise to take care of the brother. He told her that nothing will happen to my brother. So this is one of the moral dilemma. Similarly, I used to give another like a story. You went to a river, just you saw that there is one boy is drowning, at the same time one dog is drowning. Dog is your pet dog. Whom you will save? Whether your pet dog or otherwise an unknown person who is drowning. This type of moral dilemma, you have to tell the examples to the student so that he can understand particularly, and immediately you can understand what to be done. Human approach, I said earlier, human approach. So save the boy, let the dog die, even though it is your pet dog. So you have to save the people. So this is about the moral dilemma. Next, come to next point is yours is human Please repeat second question.
Yeah, what I asked you is regarding what practices encourage ethical decision making in students.
Right. So one of the practice generally what we have to do is students should understand how to resolve the cases, or otherwise most of the students what we are doing is in our disciplinary committee we are keeping. Then they understand, because student is one of the member in the discipline committee. He understand how to resolve the problem, how the faculty are listening a particular indiscipline problem in the committee. Then he understand. Then we seek suggestions from the student. See, this is the decision we are giving. You please understand. This is the ethical decision. Your friend is doing this mistake. Please understand this point. So once you make the students to involve in the decision making of the college bodies or otherwise any committees, then they understand that what type of decision to be taken. See, whether it is ethical or not, they can understand. Okay, subject learning is different. Practicality to be given to them is most important so that they can understand. This is one. And also, you see that conduct so many societal events and everything. Students' body will lead that one so that they can understand. So we have to do like this. Give a lump sum amount. This is the amount given to you. Please spend carefully and give back the accounts and everything so they can understand, right? So faculty has given us this job, we have to do very sincerely. So at the school, college level, you give decision making choice to them, definitely they will come up and then they will resolve whatever problem in future they face it. Thank you.
Very, very important input, sir. Very, very important insights also. So the first thing which you said is regarding examples. So we have to give them examples, situations, instances so that they can discuss, they can understand what is the meaning of this dilemma, and they can come out of that. They can think and come out of that. That's very important. In addition, you said that help the students to get involved in decision making in the institution. So these two parts are very well taken, sir. Thank you. Nice. Yeah. So I will now move on to the next panelist. Yeah, Ms. Rania Lampo. Ms. Rania?
Yes, I'm here.
Yeah, so I have a different question for you regarding the health and hygiene part. Are the students well aware of this or not? This is a question. So I would like to ask you this question. How can education promote holistic health? Is it possible?
Yes, of course, definitely. Health is one of the most important challenges nowadays, and educational environments have a profound influence on helping young people cultivate self-care and balance. The key is actually to first to integrate health awareness in the curriculum, and the second is to create structures, routines, and cultures that promote consistent habits while nurturing mental and physical well-being. So the first is these schools and colleges can help students develop discipline by incorporating predictable schedules for classes, for study periods, extracurricular activities to focus a lot on the physical education. And of course, the organization of health campaigns is another strategy that we can promote. Reinforce positive habits, health habits, and help them improve their lifestyle choices. This includes, of course, the food choices. And mentoring in this is important. Mentoring is a powerful tool in shaping healthy behaviors, in responsible decision-making, and positive lifestyle choices. So healthy behaviors become normal when they are seen and when they are accepted within a peer group. That we call a peer support, or how we model a positive behavior. The mentor I mentioned before has to do with guidance. Mentors are those who provide evidence-based advice or practical strategies, insights that peers alone may lack. The personalized supports. If we identify health challenges of children, for example, obesity, it's something which is very common here in Greece. Then we can invite guests in schools and to discuss with students. So many solutions on this, but health is a big priority for schools now, definitely. And also here I want to add the addiction. Okay, whether it's internet addiction, we have here in Greece, I want to say the shocking example. We have 500 children who has hospitalized because they are internet addicted and they cannot get detached from their laptops. They don't go to toilet. This is the level of the addiction, the hospitalized. So Greece is one of the countries with high rates of addiction. Addiction, of course, includes also drug addiction, includes everything. So yes, game addiction also, many things. Thank you, thank you.
So you mentioned regarding the holistic health, the physical, not only physical but mental also, both are very important.
Yeah.
So to get them come out of this, the role of educators is very important, particularly the physical education teachers and of course the other teachers. Nice, yeah, thank you. So let me move on to Professor Afzal. So Professor Afzal, hope you are there.
He just left.
He
He took permission and he left.
Yes. I forgot about that. Dr. Chinedu is there. I think she joined first.
No, his network was poor, so it was lost.
Okay. Okay. So now I will come to you, Dr. Ila, with my question. Right. Regarding this excellence and offering gratitude to others, how can youth redefine excellence to be value-oriented? So the meaning of excellence itself is different with regard to the youth. So how can we help them to redefine that?
So far, we have been commonly using word excellence in the case of competition, one over the other, somebody who's better than the other. So here, when we are redefining, excellence is better than what I was before. So where it is self-comparison, that is one. And second is when we are saying excellence is somebody who's able to contribute to the happiness and harmony of self, of the family, society, and nature, who's able to be at peace and harmony. That is excellence. So this is going to come in with the right understanding. Only when we develop our right understanding as faculty, as institution, we are able to help the students to explore this also. So when the student is able to understand the interdependence that we have in this entire existence, whether it is earth, water, fire, air, these are all the elements in nature without which our sustenance is not possible. So if we are able to see how we are dependent on all those basic things and how my living also should be helping others to sustain and survive. So this coexistence that if we are able to have the right understanding, if I understand this is my responsibility to help myself and others, then we are able to help the students also to understand excellence, that is where the student is able to understand this entire coexistence and support the larger existence and the universe around, the people, the nature, and all that. So understanding excellence has to be coming beyond competition. It is more collaboration rather than competition. Collaboration and supporting each other. It is understanding my role in this entire existence. Thank you.
Thank you. This point is very relevant. So now in this competitive world, the students, when they run behind this competition, there is every chance that they go into stress, they go into dilemmas once again. So it is very important to help the students to learn the real meaning of the word excellence. So what you put forth is a very, very important point. Thank you.
Yeah, also attached to this, they can understand the word of gratitude. If they understand the word of gratitude, they'll be able to appreciate what they have rather than focusing on what they do not have.
Yes, nice. Thank you. I will go to Vaishnavi right now. Vaishnavi, it's a long wait for you, I can see, but your views are very important. So Vaishnavi, shall I ask you this question regarding gratitude? Vaishnavi, are you there?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. So how can institutions cultivate gratitude? among the students?
Institution can cultivate gratitude among various ways, sir. We can organize community programs in which we are going connecting to the society and appreciating various tasks given to the people among the society. That community service will definitely aware people about various principles and nurture nature also. Second, sir, in the institute, uh, not only focusing on the result, we should focus on efforts. The teachers, faculty uh, should recognize and give that value to the student who had done more efforts rather than the student who had topped. Because efforts are more important thing. The process is more important thing. Like we say, the journey is important rather than the destination. And third, sir, we can, as a student, we can take a role model as a particular teacher that I want to become a person, I want to become a nice person like that particular faculty, and we can bring the what properties and characteristics that person, particular teacher have among us. And the last, sir, we can celebrate the teamwork and kindness done by us. We are going as ranking. We are categorizing student as first, second, and third. We should not do that. We should celebrate the teamwork of the student, like they do in the various events, various cultural and technical fests. They come together, they work together, and the output is excellent. That faculties are sometimes amazed how the students can do that. So I think we should celebrate teamwork rather than just celebrating a particular student success. So that's my POV, sir.
Very good, Vaishnavi ji. So when you are telling that the effort part is to be given the importance, not the results, and the process is very important than the outcome. So this holds a very, very important key, and the importance of this is to be learned by all the students, I would say, in the entire world. So when the focus is regarding this outcome or regarding the results by the students as well as the parents, then the again we are going into the dilemmas or the stress, the kind of issues. This is a very important point. Thank you so much. Yeah, so we are approaching the closure of today's panel discussion. So we could go into only 2 rounds. Now, before we close, I would like to ask Dr. Prashant regarding this question. Dr. Prashant?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dr.
so just one question within 30 seconds for you.
Yeah.
So, how can competition be balanced with cooperation?
Yes, very nice. Yeah, thank you. So I will continue this Vaishnavi's work and Dr. Ila's statement that so instead of this individual, we should consider the teamwork. And in Dr. Ila's word, it should be the gratitude particularly. So if both the things are balanced, for example, Vaishnavi is passing the college, and if she plants a tree as a reverence to the college, so it will be cooperation to the society also, and it will be her individual and the nurturing the nature also. So it will be so a whole team of that batch may plant the trees in the campus, and likewise it will be cooperation towards the society. Ji, I think.
Thank you. Very nice. So we have a time limitation. So
thank you.
It was a very enriching panel discussion. So from among the delegates, if there are some questions very quickly, if we can take at least one question. Anybody from among the delegates, the attendees, would like to ask a question or give a comment within a short span of time, let's say some 30 seconds time. I can see panelists from abroad also, Morocco. Yeah, Dr. Salim, I will pass the mic to you. Yeah. So very quickly, you can put your comment or question. Dr.
Yeah.
Salim.
Good evening to the entire team. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I was hearing to everybody's statement. Lastly, sir and Vaishnavi as well.
Hmm.
So the importance is with respect to result is actually mattering a lot to the institute. The faculty's orientation will be always on the result first, because faculty has to they should convey it to the management as well as to their higher officials. At the same time, we should see whether student is able to study well or not, whether they are interested or not. And one thing should be taken care at the level of entries or admission, whether the student is interested or not in that particular course. Because most of the times what happens is parents will compare their children with others, especially with their neighbors and then relatives, and or else for some other reasons they'll admit them to either engineering or maybe to the medicals. So we have seen a lot of students struggling for even just pass. Most of the time they'll be not interested, and sometimes faculty will be failing to guide them. Either they should quit, otherwise they have to improve on them. As like Vaishnavi said, destination is not important, journey is important, and we have to look at effort, not at the result. But as an institute, result is also matters, sir. But how actually these things should be avoided. So we have to change the direction of parents' thinking as well in this matter as institute, and for student also during the admission we have to tell whether they are really interested or not. So that they can go towards their roles and their interests, whatever they are having. That is what I can just say, sir. Thank you, sir.
Right, very true, very true. So the result is also important, the outcome is also important, but at the same time, if we are focusing upon the process of learning without any hassles, this outcome will be very beautiful, I would say.
Yes, sir. Yes,
And this
sir.
has been exemplified by many institutions who are working for holistic value-based education. So this is a possibility. So we can work for that. And what you are telling is very true regarding the parents. So what
Yes,
is the
sir.
role of parents over here? Do we need to give this kind of education to the parents also? This also is
That's what, sir. We have to either take the student into consideration during the admission itself.
yes,
Maybe like one personal meeting with them. I'm not sure, sir, whether it is possible or not, because as a college, as an institute, so admissions are very important.
yes,
Sometimes when there are no admissions, also like people with the high priority, with high demand, and with the high references will come and get admission.
right,
But sometimes it is quite difficult to pass the exam as well to them.
yeah,
And the in some situations it happens that the behavior of known people and unknown people, referred people and reference people will be quite different, sir. That is also there in some cases. So seeing that, some students also get disappointed because we are not knowing, we are not referrals. So this will happen in some cases, sir.
yeah. So we have a time limitation. So
Yes, sir.
we have
Thank you so much, sir.
the
Thank you to the
next session
entire
coming
team,
up.
and thank you so much.
Nice, thank you. So we have one more hand raised, but because of time limitation, I'm sorry, I'm not able to take that question. So I thank all the panelists. So there is a hope that the teachers have a major role to play in inculcating the value education in the students, in the other stakeholders, the parents, and the 6 graduate attributes which we proposed. There is a possibility that we can inculcate them in the students also through the effort which is made. So the effort is very important, the process is very important, and the outcome will be very beautiful and very natural if you focus upon the process part. So I thank, without naming, all the panelists for this enriching discussion from all the part of the world. And we continue this discussion tomorrow with the implementation part of holistic value-based education. So thank you so much. So I hand over the mic to Dr. Sridharshini. Over to you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Sunil Kumar, for this enriching session. And to all the panelists, today's discussion on Vision has reaffirmed that the future of higher education lies in value driven learning. A vision grounded in human values enables youth to achieve both professional excellence and inner well-being. If institutions adapt this vision consciously, education can become a true catalyst for a peaceful and sustainable society. A vision becomes meaningful only when it guides action. So, with this clarity on what we can move on to how to implement all those things in the, empowering youth in the tomorrow session, the day 3 panel session on tomorrow. So, hope to meet you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for a wonderful session. Thank you.
Today we still have the sharing session.
Yeah.
Yeah, we will be having sharing sessions which starts from 12:15, and you are also requested to join the same.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Namaste to all.
Stay. All. Stay. Namaste.